I'm the head of the foundation LifeGuardians.eu, and on the 14th of May, with a van full of humanitarian aid, I drove to Ukraine and into Ukraine, close to Chernivtsi in the west of Ukraine, to meet my friends who are also busy with helping their countrymen. They have a depot there, and I drove the van there. Stuff from my van and the depot were mixed together, put back in the van, and with my friend I drove into Ukraine, to a place close to Poltava and Kremenchuk. Don't do that. Animals, don't do that. Beasts, don't do that. But orcs, they do that. And for the people who don't understand the term orcs, it's the more fitting name for whom we before called Russians. Imagine that you have a drink with your partner, with your friends, here at the Drie Gezusters, and suddenly there's a weird sound, followed by a huge explosion. And instead of being surrounded by your friends, you are surrounded by dead bodies and debris. Try to imagine the violence, the explosion itself, the deafening noise, the crashing, screaming and crying during the aftermath of the explosion, followed by deadly silence. Try to imagine that orcs come into your house, kill your partner, rape your children in front of your eyes, and then will rape you. Horrific scenarios that are difficult to imagine. Because here, we've been living in peace for a very long time. There are hardly any people alive anymore that lived to see the Second World War. So how are we to know war? Documentaries, movies, the news. For us, it's all just television. After watching the news, you just turn to a different program and you already forgot what you saw on the news. For us, it's not reality. For us, it's not real. But these horrific scenarios are very real in Ukraine, and it's still going on. Every year, on the 4th of May, we say here, never again. And at 8 o'clock in the evening, we hold 2 minutes of silence, remembering or thinking about all the people who died during the Second World War. 2 minutes of silence, thinking, never again. And maybe on that evening we will watch a movie like Schindler's List or Saving Private Ryan, watch Band of Brothers, in the spirit of the 4th and the 5th of May. Never again. On the 5th of May, we celebrate our liberation and the end of the war in Holland. Never again. But guess what? It is happening again. And 2 minutes of silence don't help. The war in Ukraine is not only a fight against the orcs, it's a fight for freedom, a fight for democracy, a fight for self-determination, a fight for humanity. The war in Ukraine is not only a fight against the orcs, it's a fight against evil. Evil has come, and now the good have to stand up and fight it, just like in the Second World War. But unfortunately, the war in Ukraine seems to be already old news. And people here will say, I already donated to Giro 555. But what if the United States during World War II had said, yes, Europe, we support you. See how your flags are waving in the wind in our cities. And yeah, we'll send help. But then enough is enough, because we also have our problems. We don't like our gasoline prices. What if the United States during World War II said, sorry Europe, but we have our hands full with Japan. You need to figure this one out yourselves. Then evil would have won. But the United States said, evil may not prevail. So we come and we help you fight. And that is why that we here live in freedom and we can complain about our gasoline prices. Speaking of which, people are complaining about energy prices, people are complaining about the gasoline prices. But what do you think will happen with those prices if Orkistan would win this war. Think about that one. Dear people, I ask you to support and keep supporting Ukraine. It's been over 4 months since the escalation and the disaster is only growing. Please donate. Also, if you already gave to Giro 555. Thank you for your attention. Thank you for your help.